Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Christopher Curtis Bowen, and it's about to go down. But let's just jump straight into it and get straight to the point. So, just a little bit about, which I usually actually haven't mentioned yet for some reason, but this podcast, in a sense, is kind of connected to my website. You can check it out. It's Bowen Curiosity. Here, let me give you the actual name of the website in more detail. But anyway, what the website actually is about, it's really the kind of, it's basically, of course, supporting basically peace on earth through just pretty much free market. And so one of the things that I started, which helps funds it, is and some of the products I'm developing. I was doing art. I made a book, wrote a book. Well, I didn't write a book. Well, I put together a book based off all which I think is absolutely wonderful. Very, very new, different way. But anyway, the book it's called Project Hypercane, and it's a plethora of different projects that have been put together by huge hundreds of really important people. I think Corey Good's in there, Michael Sala, Jock Fresco and the Venus Project, Stephen Greer, Orion's Project, and all those individuals that are involved in the Orion Project and this serious disclosure. Adama and Maikos, and in terms of Shambhala, obviously, I didn't create Shambhala overnight, and I didn't create the Telos, and I didn't magically create Shirley Ducks and not all that. But seriously, just putting these ideas together, or just putting these voices together. So basically, I'm what helps fund this this thing that I'm doing is of course your donations, kind of just like a donation. I'm doing this. I had a newspaper going on, still kind of doing this newspaper. Doing basically type of some issues, get it issues like volume, and then this is the issue number 3, issue number 4. So I've made some newspapers, and I've put them all together, and not all together, they came out at different times, and so just kind of trying to play my part in awakening humanity and doing everything I can. I mean, just knowing this information, it's that old phrase, evil prospers when good men do nothing. So I basically researched it. I know enough to say, hey, I could probably be helpful to a lot of people, tons of people in their lives. So that's where I started, or that's what I continued, in a sense. So I continue on, and so of course your support really helps. It would also help if I knew my my PayPal, connection, so that I can accept donations from those who are my fellow listeners. But I'll get back to you on that. I definitely will. But because what's exciting is, of course we have this wonderful opportunity to become a part of this, to make the middle class really wealthy, make the middle class really strong, and that's what I really love, of course. And I love really helping humanity, and I think just the littlest things is really special. They really count. Because in the sense, we're kind of just doing it from the heart, which is really cool, because it's really magical. And also, the truth of the difference of, really knowing the truth, and then especially when you research it and then you discover all these wonderful things. I mean, there's so many different beautiful ways to go about your life, making it very easy. So one of the things, not necessarily my idea, but also one of the things I want to fund which is why I need your support. I want to help fund Venus Project, which is basically a project where it's a resource-based economy that's totally self-sufficient. It's basically like it's kind of like it's basically, okay, let me just get down to the point. Just spit it out. What it is, it's like, we've got the combinations of, these houses which are circular, circular houses, don't collect dusts, and they are more sound in terms of they're more natural disaster proof. But of course those with houses, they're not interested in that. Those that already have houses and all that jazz, they're not really that interested in something this in the Venus Project. So what's also kind of appealing, which is really the point of a free market business, is just to put money back into the economy. So one of the great things I'm doing, which I've learned, I still have to read that book, but listen, and it's not too much of a secret now, but you can rent stock and make money from renting stock. Like you buy it and then you rent it back to the stock market. So there's a way to do it, and there's terms and explanations. So that's really cool. That's not my idea, of course. It's someone else's hard work and research that have done that. My thing is really just like to me, just I don't know, it's just kind of, I guess it's just this thing that kind of have a, what's it called? I don't know. It's just like I find out about, and this is what I'm doing. This is what's really exciting. I'm gonna try and get these really, really cool stuff onto the market, but I need your help, and it's not gonna be easy. So basically, so I'm gonna do the best I can, of course, and to really pull through, be gung-ho about this time we're living in, and I'm very positive, because this is we're entering the age of this Renaissance, and it's we gotta work harder. You gotta work hard towards peace. And we do. When I say we, I say like, just I believe there's a lot of good people out there. A lot of good people. Lots of great people. And it's amazing, their amazing works and their amazing efforts that have just done huge monumental things for our economy, for our structures, for our buildings, for our homes, for our agriculture, for all that jazz. And so I'm not putting it down. I'm really, really bringing guys up. It's mind blowing. It's spectacular at the same time. Just how much work and I just don't say that to say that. The point that I'm getting at is, that's the type of inspiration that ultimately inspires true leaders to learn from leaders, for example, and then leaders learn how to be leaders, and then it's a cycle of prosperity that just continues on. So, the prosperity, which basically I'm gonna start doing, I'm gonna start advertisements, probably GNC, and probably start advertising more in a different way. and also try and do some interviews. That would be really cool. I would like that. I'd like to interview really big people. I don't know how I'm gonna pull that off, but I'll try. I'll definitely try. Because I mean, of course, everybody thinks their talking points are important, but I think this talking point is really, really key. In a sense, I think it's kind of important to combine, and it's a very, very interesting thing, very interesting concept. But to combine, and that's probably already has been done, but to combine people and thoughts and all that jazz. So I am really fond of making sure that that I continue doing a really creative work with this type of, in a sense, evolution that we're going through, because it is definitely a beautiful sight, because this evolution of especially of there's a lot of good in the world. So I just want to reiterate that. And it's amazing because we're like, all of us, in a sense, are all part of this fruition. We're all waking up at different rates, and it's like, we gotta get things done. We want to get things done, or we're getting things done. And the fact of the matter is that it's very important to know the key developments, the key players, which are there, and then ultimately the actual true progress, the actual true growth that is occurring, which is occurring, and it's allowing more voices to be heard, in a sense. But the wise, the intelligent, just the experienced voices, of course. Oh my goodness, I just have to reiterate the importance of Roger Stone. And it's here's what I wanna do, which is, we're in a sense, we're kind of, we are all into this together. So and it's like, I don't really want the attention, I just want to, I'm not, how should I say this without, see, I'm listening to me trying to be politically correct. Let me just get it out. I'm not really about the fame. I just want to, I want to make things good, and I want to make life easier for my children and my children's children. And when I discover certain ways to do that, then I'm like, oh my goodness, I gotta work hard to making it do that. And that's, I think, kind of, would most natural reactions would be. So, natural responses, would be. So, and that's the thing, if, and it's just like I think this is a very important question, if, and it's not a what if, it's an actual, truth. I've done research and then cross-sourced and found out about this, and then I'm like, this is part of why I kind of started this started my thing that I'm doing, because it's, I wanted to do something completely new, completely different, and I don't even quite, I still need to figure out a term. I'll probably have a new term for it or something like that, but it's something brand new. So I wanted to base it off idea, because ideas are solid, ideas are bulletproof, and so that's kind of what makes it so special. So, and of course I put a lot to it. So what I'm getting at is like it's kind of like okay, I'll give an analogy and then I'll give the actual question, because I feel that might make more sense. We got so for example, like an analogy. How do I do this analogy? How do I do this analogy? Alright, here you go. If you know that Martin Luther King, like if someone comes up to you and tells you Martin Luther King died 3 years ago, most likely you're not going to believe that guy. But if you're taught, that Martin Luther King died 3 years ago, and then you try and say everywhere Martin Luther King died 3 years ago, it just kind of doesn't work. Or let's see, you just can't, in a sense, you can't be fooled anymore. So that's kind of the thing with what I think with the certain type of faster than light travel, this high speed travel and anti-gravity and all that jazz. And I'm sure there's people out there just as knowledgeable in this field as I am, but so it's like, if we've had and have been going to space back and forth, not with rockets but with pretty much advanced technology, like the USS Hillencoulter, and better craft than that, more advanced craft than that, then why aren't, like, in a sense, the children allowed to do that? Like, why can't the children go to space? So that's ultimately what I'm it's a heck of a challenge, but that's ultimately what I want to do. I want to create, and this is very, very out there, but in a sense, a Disneyland in space, like a Disneylandic. That sounds kind of cool. Disneylandic structure. No, found like thing, but for space, like a cruise kind of. It's obviously in the works. so that would be really cool. I obviously don't want to like monopolize it or anything like that. Which is why, I just, I don't know. It's kind of fascinating, trailblazers. They trailblaze and they pioneer. Hiking. It's pretty cool. Going someplace you've never been there before. You just got a map and freaking toilet paper and some food, beef jerky, maybe some of that cheese, that backpacking cheese and crackers. That some of them taste good, some of them taste bad. Some of them just taste like sawdust. Some of those, but anyway, I digress. Like you're just roughing it, like you're just pioneering. Maybe in just kind of like hunting as well. So it's like that. Once again, I gotta appeal to my customers first. So if customers, are not interested in not going to space, well then, doesn't really. It's gonna kind of flop. But I'm still working hard towards it, and it is expanding. It is expanding in a very unique way, and so I'm gonna, of course, I'm gonna add a blog to it, to my website, and as well as definitely do the links. I'm gonna update it. I'm gonna update the website. both websites that I have. So I'm very excited, I'm pumped. I'm we're a huge part in changing the world. We are changing the world, and it's very important. So some of the key points. I mean, there was one video that was just really, really long, and I think I should do something like that again. However, this is going to be a much shorter segment, but still, there are some things I guess I want to hammer on. It's very, very interesting to be able to see. I mean, like if you study history, if you know history, then we're able to kind of move forward in a sense. So I'm just, of course, very positive. So that was a very brief summary, but still, like we're doing magnificent change, and I'm excited. I'm pretty much. I really am all in. I really support. Oh, it's definitely important to speak about what I support. I definitely support Alex Jones. I definitely support Infowars.com. They got great products, and same with On It. That's a really, really great place. I just ordered some products. I haven't tested it yet. I should probably try it first before but I'm just so excited about it, dude. Like I'm pumped because just working out makes you feel really good and really healthy and stuff like that. So oh my goodness, these products are just so good. They're so good for you, and they make you feel good, and they fill you with energy, and it's like it's a whole new type of energy. It's not like protein. You take a protein shake or something like that, and it's kind of like next level, dude. It's so freaking good, and it's so good for you, and it already helps your glands produce more, and then your body comes in tune with itself, and then your physiology becomes better, and your proprioception becomes even better, and especially your body works, your system enhances other systems. Gosh, your blood system enhances your digestive system, your liver, and your cleansing processes, which in turn helps your lungs and your heart, which in turn affects your brain, and then your skin, and then your nervous system, which then affects your muscles, which then at the same time helps your bones, strengthens your bones, and then your bones strengthens your blood, and your blood strengthens your bones, and it's just a very, very healthy cycle, and it's very, very good to get these products, and I support them. So the main reason I support them, of course I love the products. They're great products, and they're really good. But the main point is I support free, independent, free market, and they got really good prices, and just really good products, dude. But it's like you support the InfoWar, so. Oh man, you support the InfoWar, and you support freedom, liberty, democracy. So, and you support the truth, of course, and it's key. I think that's very, very important, and so that's definitely what I'm about. I definitely am. I'm in the. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little. No, actually, no. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait to. No, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to be open. I'm going to be transparent. I'm thinking about combining some of the best products, best nutrients, and basically creating a new type of. And here's the thing: I'm in the testing phase, so I'm testing out things first because I definitely want the best products, best products, and I'm gonna try and do proper advertising, get really good products, and make sure that it's does super well, and that it's people really like it. So hopefully, I mean, honestly, I don't even. Well, the point is, the book, it hasn't been published yet, but it's in the process of being published, and so that's probably gonna come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 end of this year, most likely, maybe sooner, but probably the end of this year. No, actually, probably sooner. Actually, probably maybe in what's after July? August, yeah, that month. So it's probably going to come out then. Both books. Maybe my other book will come out sooner because it's not as long. It's very, it's very, 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 very interesting. I think it's. Well, it might not get that much attention, but hey, it's an epic book. I think it's very, very important, and it's a great story about these two characters and their story, basically. And then Project Hypercane, like I told you, is actually a huge portion of it is Hypercane is information about. Excuse me. It's information about Hypercane in general, but it includes one of the really cool sections is I probably shouldn't spoil this, but is the ending portion. It's really action packed. So it's a really good, really good really good book. I think it's going to be really great. It's going to go in a bunch of stores, and I'm going to get a video interview, and I'm pretty confident in it, so I'm going to keep writing. Working on a third book now, actually, and I think that's going to be really good as well. It's more about, it's a very, very, once again, renaissanceistic book, because I feel like, in a sense, trying to lead by example in order to, what happens when we are into this age of, this basically this golden age that we're living in. So, tall order, but I'm serious about it. No, it's not really that tall of an order. Seriously, there's no such thing as impossible. Because like I said, I'm dedicated to and committed to peace on Earth, so make sure it happens. Well, that's it. Lots of love.